Welcome back. Now, we've been having an IK employment series over the last couple of weeks, talking about unemployment in Nigeria. And we're going to continue that today. And of course, I have here with me Samuel Adekanbi and Olawale Anjorin. Thank you very much for being here today. I just want to kick off a bit on all of the security I've been talking about and the role of unemployment in all of this. Unemployment rates in Nigeria are crazy. We hear something close to 45 million Nigerians are out of jobs. Are we going to be able to fix all of these insecurity problems without fixing that?
Without facing the
Job issues, yeah.
okay, unemployment. Okay, I don't think that will be possible. I don't think that will be possible. And first of all, let me start by saying, okay, how do we define unemployment? Okay, according to International Labour Organization, unemployment has to do with an individual not being able to work for an hour in a week. For an hour in a week. Okay, you just said 45 million people now. And for me, I feel the number is much more than that because except if the way the government is looking at it is with the definition of not being able to fend for yourself for an hour in a week. You understand what I'm trying to say? So for me, I feel it will not be possible for us to fix that without fixing the unemployment.
But it's something that we've talked about a lot, and you would expect that some sort of concerted efforts to be made towards that effect, knowing that unemployment is a big problem when it comes to like crime, armed robberies, kidnappings, terrorism now. Why have we not done anything about it all this while? At least some sort of concerted effort towards it.
To me, I see the government unable to identify the problem. The first thing I always believe is ability to identify the problem. Then we can now solve the problem. Now, the first thing I look at is that as far as unemployment continue to linger, we are going to continue to have these insurgents going on. We are going to continue because it is the father of the insurgents we have. If the government are doing everything right, you have police, the ratio of the populace to each police, we have good roads, we have good schools and several schools, we have teachers. Definitely, employment is going to, there's going to be more room for people to be employed. Definitely, youth are going to be out from the streets. Definitely, there won't be much people that will be idle or think about something else to do. Yeah. Like engaging or being brainwashed or the Boko Haram, being part of the Boko Haram sect. So I believe if we are able, or the government is able to provide these social amenities and do the right things, definitely there will be employment. Definitely the Boko Haram issues will be something very soon wiped out.
Let's get a little more personal now with you now.
Okay.
You're a graduate.
Yes.
Have you done your NYSC?
Yeah, sure, I've done
Are you working now?
No, I'm not working.
Okay, so how long have you been out of school for and how long have you been looking for a job?
Okay, I've been out of school for about 4 years now. Okay, I've been trying to get a job, but I can't get a job, not because I'm not qualified to get a job, but because we have limited spaces when you apply for jobs. We have limited spaces when you apply for job. And presently now, everybody feels it is man, no man. You have to know somebody before you can get a job. And there are so many other things coming up. Okay, I can also say, being self-employed is also employment also for me. But there are a lot of things that will make you not to be self-employed. Because when you think of things like power, you cannot these are things you need to fight to start up a business. Okay, so when you think of things like that and other social amenities, when you think of things like that, to start up a business,
it becomes a problem.
It becomes exactly.
To do anything. I want what you do. You do your own thing now. You say you're self-employed. I'm just trying to
add.
So what sort of challenges besides power? How's funding, for example? Okay, let me just start. What did you study?
Okay, I did computer science.
Okay, and you are trying to set up what now, like an IT based?
Okay, like an IT firm. Okay, I run a blog, promopday.com. Okay, I try to run it, but there are a lot of challenges. Power is a challenge, is a big one for me. Number two, internet is still very expensive in this country. It's still very expensive in this country. And even when you try to squeeze out money from your pocket to pay the bills, you still have issues like slow connection. And these are a lot of things you need to fight with over and over and over again. Office space is also an issue. I just finished from school. I have not started working. How do you expect me to raise capital to be able to establish my own, to come up with my own office or pay for an office space? Okay, those are things that you look at.
Consider.
Okay, that you consider. And
Have you tried to approach like microfinance banks or any of these banks for like loans or anything along those lines? Have you been able to do that?
Yeah, we've been able to. Okay, I've been able to reach out to some organizations, which most of the time you don't get feedbacks. You don't get feedback from them.
Is that the same story with you?
Definitely.
Are you done with school?
Yeah, I'm done with school too.
You've done your NYSC as well. How long has this been now?
1 year plus.
Okay, are you working?
Self-employed.
Self-employed. What do
I'm
you
still
do?
working. I'm into printing.
Okay.
Into printing. I'm just doing that for the pending the time I get a better job. I'm into clothing, award making, and so on. Little printing.
What did you study?
Mathematics education.
Mathematics. Okay. And you're looking at what sort of jobs, for example?
Actually, I love my job. I love my profession, which is teaching.
Okay.
But I really want to work with government,
Yeah.
really, because I believe I'm going to have a wider scope to make impact, really. So, but unfortunately, I realized that there is no opportunity for me in the state's school. I went and I've been told that there's an embargo as far as teaching employment of teachers are concerned. And I also hear about people retiring, but I wonder why they're not employing.
To replace them.
Exactly. And I realized that other sectors, other industries or companies, which I really love, perhaps big money, but I went to study mass education, and indeed, I really want to make impact as a teacher. So.
Okay, your stories are pretty similar. A lot of Nigerians who are like you, and that's the truth, who do not necessarily have capital to even start up a business or any place to go to get a job. What is your outlook now going from here? Do you plan to keep looking for a job? How do you plan to source funds, for example, to start up your business? What do you think, or are you just taking it every day as it comes?
Well, not really. Okay, actually, like I went to school. Okay, I can do some things. I can work from home. Like when I mean work from home, some little things I can do from home. I try to do that.
Which is what you're doing now.
Which is what I'm doing now. I blog, and okay, pending that time when I'm looking for a job, and I don't have a job, I can do that. At the same time, I can also further my studies, because okay, I don't feel it makes sense just staying idle and not doing anything. So you can further your studies and also do little things you can do as the day comes.
Yeah, it's very interesting that you say that you are a teacher and you can't get a teaching job, because I know a lot of states have said things along the lines of, most teachers they have are not necessarily qualified. We hear stories so many times about, them setting tests for teachers and about 80% of them failing basic knowledge, questions that they are supposed to be teaching. Okay. So is your scope limited to just Lagos? Are you looking at other places, or you don't necessarily have a
actually, I'm starting from Lagos, really. Okay. I've not really tried the other states, but I realized that, okay, let me just try Lagos State first. But after trying Lagos State, I realized that there's no opportunity for me. But I heard about that of other states, especially that of Edo State.
Yes.
I heard about Edo State. But I feel like I just love Lagos, really. Yeah. I love Lagos, and I have some little things which I'm using to keep myself going in Lagos. So I don't want to go far away from Lagos for now. And I still want to make my impact in Lagos here. I want to start from Lagos here. So that's just it.
It's very interesting. I mean, that you're trying to be a teacher. Most people say it's a job that's not very attractive to young people anymore.
No, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. You make impact in children. You make impact in youth. It's the easiest way to get to make your impact. It's easier than any other sector, because you're dealing with human beings. I currently also I do teaching, part-time teaching actually in some private schools. Okay. And I enjoy it so much. Able to, especially my own subject area, which is mathematics, able to make students or pupils that really hate mathematics to see.
I was one of them.
find it fun in studying mathematics,
Yeah.
and that is what really I love. That's one of the reasons why I just have to go for mathematics education. And I love it so much, and I really want to work with a state. Perhaps if Lagos State gives me that opportunity, I'll do it with all my passion.
Very interesting. Now, you study computer science, you're doing your own thing. Did you hear about the immigration service examinations? Did you hear about that?
Yeah, sure.
Did you apply to them?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So do you have any friends who went there? Do you know
Yeah,
of any
sure,
personal stories about when they went there?
Yeah, sure. I remembered a friend of mine went for the, but he had to turn back because of the crowd, the volume of people that turned up.
Yeah.
Okay, was discouraged. He realized that nothing could work out there.
Yeah.
You understand? So he had to leave.